Hi guys, so we are live, and in this video, um, I'm going to talk about a very important topic. I hope y'all are doing well. And so usually this what happens. This what happens exactly. So when I start a video, then the calls start coming in. I don't know if they see me online and just start calling, but as soon as I start a video, the calls are going to just start trickling in. So in this video, what I want to do is to talk about this very important topic. Yeah, I'm not going to answer this call. Yeah, I'm not going to answer this call. I've started the video already. I'm so sorry about that. I want to mute. I want to put this on sleep. Do not disturb. Yeah. So now I cannot answer this call. So in this video, what I want to talk about is very, very important, and y'all should take it very serious, especially people who are now getting ready to register for step 1 or step 2 scheduling. Scheduling is very important. You have to know when to schedule your exams, and then when to pay the monies that you're supposed to pay, because in recent times the passing rate has really increased, and sorry, the passing rate has dropped, and then those who are failing are just more, especially on the step 1. People are really failing the step 1, and then it's not interesting at all. So I want to talk about that, and this can help somebody to avoid and this circumstance is so precarious. So let me go straight forward. So I want to talk about how you should schedule your exam. So in those days, people will tell you to like, if you ask them why it feels like you're not you don't feel like you are serious about studies, you don't feel like you are nothing pushes you to study, and you don't feel like studying, then they tell you, oh, just go ahead and schedule your exam, and that will push you to study. But we all know that the USMLE is not an exam that you can just schedule and say, I'm going to write. So for most people who fail the exam, it's due to lack of adequate time to prep for the exams. That is the main reason why a lot of people don't make it. So if you can really schedule your exam well at the appropriate time, you will be able to um, to to um, to study enough and then pass. So before I go into this topic, I'm just gonna wait a little bit for some few people to join us. I'm waiting for some few people to join us, and I will start talking about what I have for you all today. For some few people to join us. Yeah, so I'm just testing the audio here. I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 people to join us so that I can start talking about whatever I want to talk about. Mm. Okay. Yeah, so if y'all are joining me, I'm just here to discuss the appropriate time that you should schedule your exams. And if you are watching me, I want you to tell me where, if you can comment, tell me where you are watching from. I'm here in the US, in Texas. If you can tell me which part of the world you are watching from, and that'll be very helpful, and what step you are writing. So I'll go straight into this video. So Um, so first of all, if you are thinking about how much it costs, first of all, the first payment that you make is $160, which application for the ECFMG, and after that you pay 985, which is for step one. We also pay 985 for step two CK, and if you need to extend your date, you are paying $100 to extend your date, and so yeah, also, there are other payments like ERAS application and COBA. We are not going to that today. So, if you really don't want to lose this monies, then you want to prep for some time. I encourage people to do the U World Q Bank at least 50% and take an NBME and be either passing the NBME or almost passing the NBME. Then you know that you have done about 50% of the studies. So after you get to that level, you can go ahead and start processing your materials for ECFMG from your school. And why I say this is that there are people that once you register for the exam, you get all your documents, you are allowed to choose a triad, and the triad is always within the year that you are registering. So if you go ahead and choose a triad and say yeah, you choose a triad, let's say 6 months down the line, and then you are not sure that you can write it, but you go ahead and choose the triad anyway. So what will happen is that you have to write your exam within those 3 months that you've chosen, and when the time comes and you're not ready, you only have the chance to extend your dates by once, and that's when you pay the $100. Now, after you extend your date and you are not able to take the exam, then what is going to happen is that you will have to re-register for the exam and pay the $985 all over again. And this is what we are trying to avoid. So for most people who don't have adequate prep time, is because they don't want to lose the $985. That is why they rush to go and take the exam. It's like, oh, I don't want to lose my money. That is why I want to go and take the exam anyway. It's not like they are ready to write the exam. They're not ready to sit for the exam, but just because they don't want to lose their money. But I tell people that those who have done those mistakes, if you are not ready to write the exam, you better postpone it. And if you have postponed already, then you better let your money go than to fail. Because if you are failing your NBMEs, then it's an indication that you are likely to fail. So it's better to let your registration money go, which is 985, go than to fail. Because when you fail an attempt on the exam, it has some repercussions for you where there's some programs wouldn't want to look at your application. They will filter you out. Some programs don't mind about it, but you have to be careful when making or submitting your application. So um, so my advice is that people should study for some time before they go ahead to register for the exams. And you should master some of the materials before you make the attempt. But you can make inquiries so that you gather all those information, and also you can talk to people who have written the exam from your school, and then you will know how long it took them to register for the exam, so that if you start passing your NBMAs, then you can write your exam maybe in the next 4 or 5 months, and you should be ready. So these are some of the things. And with this in mind, when people schedule their exam well, like, it will reduce the failure rate, because you are not going to the exam unprepared. You will have enough time to study. You would have tested all your strategies on different NBMAs before going into the exams. So that's what I'm talking about. So if you are joining me, I'm just talking about how people should schedule their exams so that they don't go into the test unprepared. They don't go into the test not because they are ready to take the test, but they are just scared of losing their money that they used to register. I'm speaking from Texas, and may I know where you are speaking from if you are joining me? And then what step are you taking? Can you write in the comment what step are you taking and where you are joining from? Yeah, so this is just a very short video that I want to bring to you guys. Be very careful about when you schedule your exam. Be very careful about your triad. Don't necessarily go into the exam because you don't want to lose your money, but you should rather go into the exam because you are ready to sit for the exam. Losing your registration and registering all over again is better than just going to try when you know that your basics are shaky and you are not really ready for this exam. So there's a little thing that I have to say for you guys this evening. And thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you again in the next video. Have a good night. Bye.